500 years before Columbus sailed the ocean blue, the Norse were encamped at L'Anse Aux Meadows on the northern tip of Newfoundland. Excavated in the 1960s, it is the only confirmed Norse site in North America, and its discovery finally laid to rest any argument that Columbus had discovered America. Don't expect rain until this afternoon, so we're gonna hurry, get to the village when they open, and then go to another spot for a short hike called the Trombolites. Not a bad spot. Dr. Wilfred Grenfell was ahead of his time when, in his 1934 book, The Romance of Labrador, he wrote, "There is ample proof that the Vikings did land on the American continent." After all, he was not only familiar with the Newfoundland and Labrador coast, having spent 40 years plying its waters, but also well read regarding the Icelandic sagas. On a beautiful sunny day in July, we arrived early to explore the 8 timber-framed structures and learn more about the site chronicled in the saga of Eric the Red.
That looks like a settlement there.
And we actually see an iceberg. Here it is. Let's zoom all the way in. Iceberg. Okay, so we saw the iceberg, now we just have to see a moose. Moose and squirrel. We saw a mouse going across the road today. First cultural site to be inscribed upon the World Heritage List. Earliest known European structures in North America. Ironworks.
Am I going too slow for you guys?
Nah.
Yeah, you're on Newfie time.
Are you gonna give me a minute?
Such a beautiful day. It's just gorgeous. I think weather is everything. It's just puts you in the great mood. It is supposed to be an interpretation of the meeting of two cultures and worlds.
Okay, now OSHA would say that you lift with your legs, not your back.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get wet.
Okay, now this time, do it again.
No, I'm not doing it again. It's heavy. I don't want to hurt myself.
There's only a record in the sagas of one child being born in Vinland. Same group that the lady, the Gudrid, gave birth to Snorri, a boy child, is the third voyage down here. And in the sagas is Thorfinn, Karlsefni, and Gudrid. And they came down to Vinland and they brought 60 men and 5 women and animal of all sorts just in case they plan on staying, okay?
60 men and 5 women.
Yeah, that's a poor planner.
I did. I don't have to watch my head.
So once you get in here, you'll notice your eyes will adjust.
For sure. What are you making?
I'm writing some of the runes. Have you ever heard of the runes, the Viking alphabet?
Oh.
So this is an ancient Scandinavian alphabet before Christianity arrived. And they used it to carve commemoration of the dead, inheritance rights, and just name tags like I've done over here. So I can remember their bags when I pack the ships when I'm drunk. If I'm drunk. But this is the land of wine, so I'll say when rather than if.
Mm-hmm. How many letters in the alphabet?
Well, there's different ones. This is the one I'm doing today is 24. It's called the Elder. It was used from the 1st to the 8th century. And this one here is the Younger, because it was more recent. This is only 16.
Oh, boy.
Look, is that, oops, Adam. Come in and have a look around. This is my bedroom. That's my bed here.
Oh, oh.
The navigator and his wife sleeps over there.
Oh.
And that's my luggage.
Wait.
Big sea chest.
That's for 2 people? That's a bed for 2 people? Do you think he'd fit?
No, well, it's 6 feet. It's
No,
6
he
feet, so
won't
you have
fit.
to kind of scrunch yourself up a little bit. If you
I
want to
thought
get
the
in there.
Norse were supposed to be really
They
tall.
were 5'8" and 5'10". That's our.
That would be tall?
Well, an average European man, if he got to be 5 foot, he was a big man, right? Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, this is 1,000 years ago. So let's count the bugs. 2, 3.
But Harry Cove, or is it Harry Uden's Cove, or Youden? If curiosity killed the cat, then I ran out of lives long ago. I looked up Harry on the Ancestry website and discovered that he was born in Bull Cove, Newfoundland in 1857 and died in 1925. He and his wife Jessie had 10 children. I couldn't find any information on who created the miniature fairy houses, but if any of our Newfie viewers know, please share. The dog library. Take a stick, leave a stick. 9 to 5. Well, we really enjoyed it. We really enjoyed the hike. There's a nice hike. I don't know, it does a loop back to the visitor center, but it's like 3.5 miles. We only did about half of it. and it's a beautiful day, which of course makes it even better, but the parking lot is already full. So you want to get here, what is it? It's 11:15. You want to get here early. So now it's back to Gross Mourne National Park, and I got a spot at Shallow Bay, the furthest north campground in the park. So we'll spend the night there. It'll probably rain all night long and half of tomorrow, and then we'll see where we go from there. We left L'Anse Aux Meadows and saw a sign for Leif Erikson's statue. But before we could find the statue, we stumbled onto the Norstad Viking village, which is a reconstruction of a Viking Age settlement. It also houses a 54-foot replica Viking Nar, which sailed from Greenland to L'Anse Aux Meadows in 1998 with a crew of 9 men. In the description box below this video, I'll include a link to a documentary about that journey. I really enjoyed watching the video and only wish I had seen it before our visit.
Well, welcome to Newfoundland,
Wow, thank you.
and welcome to our village, Norstad.
Oh,
Snorri is classified as a nar. Do you know what a nar means?
No.
Well, in today's classification, it would be a cargo ship. So traditionally, Snorri would have been used for trading, exploration, and for settling. It is 54 foot long, 16 foot wide at its widest point, and 8 foot deep from the top of the gunnels to the bottom of the keel there. As Snorri says there, it weighs 12 tons. And before it can sail, it does need a couple of things. It needs 13 tons of ballast stone to go in the bottom of the boat to keep it steady and stable on the water. It also needs 2 tons of gear, which consists of the sail back there on that wall. That sail is 1,000 square foot. The masts were there. This mast is 47 foot long and made from spruce. Now Snorri can carry an additional 8 tons of optional cargo besides. So in total, when this boat is fully loaded and ready to sail, it weighs roughly 35 tons. And even with all that weight, Snorri can float in 3.5 foot of water because of her design. It was built in 1996 in Hermits Island, Maine, and it took the crew 87 days to arrive. Now they recreated the voyage that Leif Erikson took. The saga say that Leif could have done it in 14 to 30 days. However, Leif would have had a crew of 25 to 35, so he could sail all day and all night, but this crew couldn't.
I'm glad we did this. This is interesting. Nice people. You get to talk to nice people and
And if you would like to have a divination done about your past, present, and future by choosing 3 runes, that is what I do.
nice.
Yeah, it's a nice soft seat. So, runes can be in different sets. They don't all look the same. They don't all have the same number of like symbols in them, but they all are alphabets. So it's like we have the ABCs. They have the Futharks, F-U-F-O-R-K. This particular Futhark that you see here, or alphabet, was called the younger Futhark, but this was the one the Vikings used in about the year 1000. What we're going to do here is have you choose 3 of these. Now these 3 runes represent the 3 Norns. There are 3 supernatural ladies that sit weaving. Now what they're doing is weaving your fate. So whatever this troll's been doing, you've got a good god to help you kind of get an oath or get a contract or get something legal on your side. And the future is hope and happiness and sunshine.
Good try.
Looks good, buddy. Looks good.
Come back here, Max, please.
I can't remember how to do it. No, but fire going here. There he goes. kitchen smells like smoke. Hi. Good, thank you. And people would have slept this direction?
So what you would do, you put your wool over your top, you pick up one stitch here, one right under your top, and the next one to it, and you twist it off, and by doing that, I'm locking my loops, and that's why if you was to cut this, it will not ravel.
Also a wood carver and artist, so he we did this from a kit, but he painted on this serpent for me and did some runes.
Man, we went every way but the right way. As far north as we are going to be on this trip, so we are now officially heading west, or south, and then west. We have stopped to do the Thrombolite Trail. I think it's less than a mile round trip, so checking out these fossils. And you can park overnight here for free. Thrombolites are found in only a few places on Earth, and one of them is Flowers Cove in western Newfoundland. The formations look like giant buns formed by accretion of calcium carbonate. They're estimated to be 650 million years old. You get to the rocks by crossing Marjorie Bridge, built over 100 years ago to allow passage through the cove and to adjoining communities. The town also hosts an interpretive center during summer months. was too wet to do the tablelands hike, so we have opted for the insectarium, which was voted #1 in one of those, TripAdvisor for the West Coast.
Walking uphill, carrying something crazy. There's traffic jam up there. Oh!
I can see him.
That's fungus. So they're taking all these leaves down, and the leaves fertilize an environment where they can grow this fungus, and then that's what they eat. They don't eat the leaves.
Oh, so they, wow.
And then they also use it as like a little structure. So any places like the lumps in the ground you see is where that fungus is, because it's displaced the dirt.
These little nodules on here, they look like mushrooms. That's just part of the fungus?
Part of the fungus, yeah.
Wow. Feel the temperature difference between the two, that side and this side down here.
Yeah.
Go like this, go like that, and then the other side.
Yep.
Where's the queen, do you know?
Last time I saw her, she was on this side. She has a white dot on her thorax, which is like the little middle part of her long abdomen, from where she kind of sticks her butt into these little honeycombs and lays eggs.
I'm amazed you could even find her. I was waiting for Jon just outside the insectarium, and a little girl was walking inside, and she looked at me and she said, "Today's my birthday." And I said, "How neat. Today's my son's birthday and my brother's birthday and my friend's birthday." And then she said, "What?" Guess it's a common day. But anyway, this place was definitely worth it. It was worth it just because the Wi-Fi was screaming fast and we were able to download a bunch of stuff, update our apps, and check all of our emails and all of that stuff. So if you're ever here in Deer Lake in Newfoundland, stop at the insectarium. It is pretty cool though. I have to share my wonderful thing that I bought inside. At the last minute I thought, this might be helpful to get bugs out of the van. Because sometimes, we had a mosquito, nailed me a couple times the other night. This might help. At this point in my editing, I realized I was already at 25 minutes and there was so much more to share. So I made an executive decision to do a part 3. So if you're still interested in the prologue to last week's part 1, then I apologize. But hopefully I can string you on for just one more week. There's a car down there.
Oh,
Wow, that's rugged. That's rugged.